Alright, so I've been asked before, what's the difference between the Osmo Nano and the Action 5? Action 5 Pro. I've done a bunch of POV stuff on the motorcycle with the Action 5 Pro. It's a great camera, it's a great point of view camera. It's the move. It's just a little heavy on the front of your helmet. So on paper, the Nano looks like it's all the same internals as the 5, but just in this really microscopic tiny package. So if the footage is as good as it is off the 5 on the Nano, then why wouldn't you run the Nano on the front of your helmet? Right now, I can't feel anything at all in the front of my helmet. When I have the Action 5 Pro on the front of my helmet or any other action camera, like when you move your head, when you're looking around, whatever you're doing, you feel that extra weight on the front of the helmet. This, I don't feel anything at all. I even have like this little mount that holds the camera, just because I don't want to put a permanent mount on the front of my helmet. I like this helmet. I have other helmets I can do that and have done that in the past, but you know, you get those chin mounts or whatever. This one's nice. You can just take it off, put it back on. I have the DJI clip, and that thing's great because it's just real quick on and off. You don't have to strap it down like how this one gets strapped down. But my issue with the DJI one is it's a lot heavier than this one, and it sticks down a lot more because the part that you grab to clip onto the bottom of the helmet, it comes down quite a bit. And if you look down or anything, you can feel it touching you in the top part of your chest. It's still a great piece of kit because it's so quick on and off. Like you could pull it off, like get a shot and click it back on. This one's a bit more permanent for the time being, but this one's really lightweight. This Nano, crazy lightweight on the front of my helmet. And so if the image is yielding the same as the Action 5, then I'm just gonna start running the Nano from now on. Because if I don't have to run a bulkier camera and I can just put this little tiny pill, then I'm doing this 10 out of 10 every time. This comes with a little screen attachment because it's like a little modular piece. There's the camera unit right here, and then I have the modular piece in my pocket right here. You can put it in your pocket or wherever, it doesn't matter. You don't even have to run this. If you have your phone, like say you have your phone in your pocket, if you have this on your helmet or whatever, just this piece, not the screen piece, the second you go into the DJI app and you fire the app up, and then you go to the, like you're going to connect one of your cameras to the DJI app, it recognizes that this is nearby. You don't even have to have the Nano turned on. It just recognizes that it's around, and then you can connect it, and then you can just use your phone as that little module screen piece. So you don't even need this extra module, the bottom half of this camera. You can literally just run your phone and this piece, you're good to go. So it's even one less thing you have to carry around. But the little bottom part to this camera, it is nice to have it because that's the biggest downfall to this camera, which isn't really a downfall if you're not going on super long rides and you're just filming little stuff like this. It's internal battery, like with the Action 5 and 4 and Action 6 and all the other DJI cameras, it has replaceable batteries. So, you know, you can film as many batteries as you have. With this one, it's an internal battery, so you're only getting X amount of time. But it takes me about an hour to get from my house to the tattoo shop. That's where I'm headed right now. And the battery isn't gonna die. I don't have to worry about that at all. Maybe if I was taking like a 2 or whatever 3-hour trip, then maybe I'd have to worry about it. Obviously the settings affect it too. If you're using 4K 60 and all that, then it probably drained the battery faster. Speaking of settings, right now I'm shooting on, both these cameras are the exact same settings across the board. I have a screw-on ND filter on both of these, ND32. I'm shooting at 4K 24, and then I have the ISO set to a range. It's 100 to 800, just so if I get into these dark spots, it can lift the shadows or whatever, because I have the ND filters on here, because I want that natural motion blur. So the ISO is set from a range to 100 to 800, and then the shutter is also just I'm just letting it do auto shutter, because you have to be around more than 100th of a second, I think like 150th of a second, for the stabilization to work. I still have the rock steady turned on, because if you don't, the image looks terrible unless you're trying to get that like super jittery, like rigid point of view. I don't like that point of view. I don't want that. So I still have the Rocksteady turned on, and it just works better when you have the shutter a little bit higher than you normally would do, like the 180-degree rule, where it would be a 50th of a shutter. Stabilization looks terrible at that point, so I'm not doing that. So the shutter's on auto, but I do have it set, the EV compensation, I have that set to -7. So I found that like the highlights won't blow out if you're running it at -7. -3 is okay too, but -7 I think is a sweet spot in California. It's super, super sunny all the time, and I don't want the highlights all blown. So the shutter speed is auto, the ISO is auto with the range, the EV compensation is -7, and the ISO is 100 to 800. The white balance is set to auto because these little action cameras these DJI ones at least do an amazing job with the white balance. So I'm not going to mess with that. And then yeah, and then I got these screw-on ND filters, the ND32s, on both the cameras. And right now it's filming in 16:9 4K 24 frames a second. And they're both set up the exact same. Both like the Action 5 and the Osmo Nano, identical. So I'm hoping that the image that this yields is pretty good. We can, I don't know, we'll see what obviously in the editing room, we'll see what these look like. And if, I know this one's facing me and this one's facing out. It's not like it's a direct comparison of these two cameras, but I have shot a bunch of POV stuff in the past on the Action 5 Pro. So I'm pretty familiar with how wide it is and what the colors look like. And oh, that was one thing I left out. Both these cameras are in D-Log. I'm shooting D-Log, 10-bit, all the fancy stuff for the color grade. I'm just gonna slap a LUT on top of it, just the Rec 709 conversion that you can download from the DJI website. Just that these will be back to it. Just so I think it's a far cleaner image when you shoot in D-Log. For me, it doesn't look as super, super sharp. It looks a little bit more realistic. I don't want an image that looks over processed. A lot of these little action cameras, they get super, super processed, and I don't like that look. So I'm hoping that this takes it down a little bit, and just, you know, this helps you guys, maybe like this perspective. I've seen a few people online on YouTube shooting with the Osmo Nano, but it's always like adventure bike guys, and they have it mounted on the visor of their helmet. And that's a good POV. It's still in the front, but I think that's a little bit too high for me. I want this right here at the chin, first person perspective. That's my favorite view for these type of like motovlog type videos. So let me know. Hopefully this works out. Oh, last thing I left out is I am filming on, I have it clipped inside here. I have the DJI Mic 3, and it's just wirelessly connected to the Action 5. And you can do that too. You can connect it to this. It was just already connected and synced to the Action 5. So I'm running that one. And if you don't have to, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. It's already connected. Let it be connected. Instead of trying to connect it to the Nano, which it will connect to the Nano, no problem. And it's got the 32-bit float internal recording. I'm just going to drag and drop that into the timeline so it'll all be synced up. Let me know down in the comments if you notice anything, if you like the way this looks. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. I always do. I'm not one of those guys that's going to leave you on red. It might take me a day or whatever to get back to you, but I will get back to you. And that's pretty much it. Let me know if you like it. Like, comment, subscribe, all the BS. Until then, Osmo Nano. Is this the move or is this not the move?